So as we get back to this time on Spellbound and the Curse of Strahd, we're going to start with Dante.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
It's your boy.
Now, normally this is when we would go to the secret chat.
Yeah.
But for the purposes of this, I think it's fine if everyone gets to see. Not only for stream purposes, but also because it's kind of a spoiler that's already been revealed.
Boo!
Yeah.
Spoiler alert! Oh my god!
OMG.
So if you're watching this and you haven't seen Spellbound,
What the fuck are you doing here? Like, honestly,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
are you?
Some people might just like
fuck
Strahd, man.
If you came here for just Strahd, you're why?
no, trust me, it's good. No, if you're here, it's great.
Just know there's a prequel
Yeah,
to
please
this.
don't leave.
That's also
I'm just
set
joking.
in the
It
same
was just a
time.
prank. Camera's right over there. You should see your face.
So Dante,
Yeah.
you, Yertle, and Elliot are all sleeping in the guest bedroom on the second story of the mansion.
And we're loading.
Yeah,
And
we're
you're all
loading.
loading.
Yeah. The area
Elliot-
hasn't rendered yet.
Elia's about 2 feet away from you on his side of the bed.
T-posing.
It was about 3 a.m. when you actually got to sleep. And as you kind of close your eyes and rest into like the very soft satin sheets beneath you, your eyes kind of fade and close. And as sleep takes you, you open your eyes, and you're standing in complete blackness. And all around you is sort of this like vacant, ambient, sort of swirling gray fog
Oh shit.
that just kind of twists around you.
Ooh, that's actually...
And you see in the darkness these flashes as these 3 yellow eyes open and look at you.
Fucking shaking and crying right now.
Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
Oh!
oh, that's from the thumbnail.
That is.
I recognize those eyes.
So Dante,
Mm-hmm.
you're standing here and you see these eyes look at you.
Yeah.
And there's sort of this like bassy, ambient, like thumping noise all around you as you feel the presence behind these eyes. And as you look at them, there are no words spoken, but in your mind, you just feel and detect this question form of just the simple one word, where?
Hey, Chief. Look, I'm in Oregon.
There's another one word question that just ambiates throughout your mind of just how.
I don't know.
And the eyes kind of move throughout this space, kind of rotating around you, but not really moving, as they kind of like lose sense in this just black void without any real space or ground, but just kind of like scanning you. And then you just hear the question, your friends?
They're with me as well. Get that shit out of here.
And you don't hear him say anything else as he just continues to look at you.
Okay. Well, look, I'm stuck here, man. So, is there anything you want me to do about it?
Seth, there isn't like a communication next. None of these words kind of appear in your head. But you kind of feel this like presence And you sort of look around instinctively, you get this sense that you're being watched. And of course you're being watched by the giant 3 eyes that are looking at you.
Yeah.
But you get this feeling like there's some other force or entity present with you. And you see all 3 eyes start frantically looking around in different directions.
Can I make a perception check? Is that a thing I can do?
Yeah, go ahead.
Look into the fog.
Oh!
And we started the last game's crits. We started this game
Oh,
with
no.
fail.
Alright, I ain't found shit.
You see all 3 of these eyes become very large up close to you. And the pupils kind of dilate as they focus on you, all 3. And you hear in your mind, there is something else here. And then the eyes kind of like squint a little and start rescinding. And they start to fade. And you can see sort of like the fog and the mist around you sort of start to like accumulate and linger around you. Almost as if like the fog itself is some kind of arm that's like wrapping around you and like enclosing you in like these foggy, smoky fingers. And as the eyes kind of start to fade, you hear one last kind of transmission to your head. Which is, there is much to do. Find a way out, or find a way in. And everything goes black.
Into what? Wait! Come back! Oh.
Now Dante's gotta lace somebody.
Oh.
Find a way out of, find a way in? What the fuck? Which what? Oh, I just thought of something. On the loading screen, I can just fucking do this.
Right, I think I know how Dante's gonna interpret find a way in.
I like it, slime.
The laughing makes it jitter. And you stop.
Next, real quick, we're gonna jump to Yertle.
Ooh,
I've never jumped a Yodel. What is this?
this is against the rules.
Banned.
Fuck you, Necromancer.
Banned.
Fucking, this is against the rules. What are you?
What are you? What are you?
Well,
Fucking.
God, I
talk
wish
to
that-
Michael about that. I'm sure he'll love to be the Lord.
You're against the rules.
Yertle,
Technically,
culture.
I'm not.
Yeah?
you are currently sort of laying it down with your arms and legs kind of pulled back into your shell. Right outside the door to Elliot and Dante's room that you're sort of sharing with them. And as you go to sleep, you rest the door down against the wall, and you pull close to you this silver sword. Sort of this long, elegant blade that you've had. And as you kind of tuck into your shell and kind of snuggle up and lay down, as sleep takes you, that night you have a dream.
Ooh. A dream, eh?
All of the dreams.
It's nighttime, and you see sort of this starry African sky above you. Densely closing in are trees and underbrush and sort of this rocky sort of cascade of land that just kind of stretches out before you. And in one of your hands, you've got a torch. And you see all around you are houses and huts that have been completely burned to the ground and torn through. and around you are dozens, if not hundreds, of bodies.
Hmm.
You look down at yourself and you're much younger than you currently are. And you recognize several of the bodies to be orcs. But most of them are human.
Ooh.
And as you make your way through this little sort of settlement, you see the bodies sort of cascaded to the side, and just kind of like as the blood and cinders kind of pool together from all the fires that have long gone out through the night. And you can hear sort of cicadas kind of chirking away as you're sort of wandering about on this lonely night. And I ask you, what do you do?
Well, what Yertle does is he goes to try find them good shinies that don't look too bloodied.
He loots.
Yeah, fucking
Attaboy.
oath, mate.
Make a perception or investigation check, your choice.
Pretty
Make
sure
it better
my
than
perception's-
Dante's.
Make it
Yeah.
better than Dante's.
Please do better than me.
And make it so.
It's better. It's not good.
Boy.
It's two better
That's a
than
yikes for me.
Dante's.
With your kind of general look about, this looks like a battle that the orcs that attacked this place must have won. As you see, most of the place has been entirely stripped of any valuables or sort of useful things. But as you kind of climb up onto the hill in front of this large burnt down roofed building, you see sort of this human man with this blonde hair pulled back and this scarred face and this black armor, holding in both hands this long silver sort of greatsword. And you see he's kind of leaned over on it, holding it in both hands, and it's stabbed into the chest of this hulking orc, sort of laying down on the ground. And you see on the man's backside, there are about 13 bullet holes.
Holy shit. Smells likely dead.
You go and make a medicine check for me.
He's merely pretending.
He could be pretending.
He's the ultimate barbarian. He
Yeah.
about 15
It's like
bullets.
Boromir right
Yeah,
now.
that's a dead guy right there, Chief.
Good. It'd be a bit
Very
awkward taking a guy like that who's alive. Shit. I don't want to end up like
But
that.
sort of giving him a look over, you see that like his armor has been sort of cut open on either side of like his on his left and right side, as if someone has scraped through the armor with like a knife.
Yeah.
And you see it looks like he's been looted, but you see he's still holding on to this silver sword. And as you kind of get closer to it, you see it's kind of ambiently glowing with sort of this soft, gentle light.
Pretty. I'll try pry his hands off the sword and lay him down gently onto the ground.
Go ahead and make a strength check for me.
Try to be respectful about it. I'm slowly getting better with these rolls.
You see his joints and fingers are kind of locked around the sword, and you kind of just like grunt for a minute as you just pry them apart. And as the fingers loosen, you sort of grab him by the hands as he starts to fall over, and you sort of slowly kind of scoop him and then lay him down gently onto the ground, laying down.
Now for the sword. Pretty.
Do you take the sword?
I'll definitely pick up the sword.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Make it your mum.
What?
25.
Oh!
Got him.
Ooh-hoo-hoo. as you touch the hilt of the sword, and your sort of scaly hand wraps around the hilt, you feel this weird grooved design, sort of with like these weird like finger handholds in sort of this engraved silver hilt. And it feels like the grooves and sort of the gilded swirls of the blade and the hilt itself, it feels incredibly natural to hold, as if it was made for your fingers.
Hmm.
And as you wrap your hand around it, you feel it feels incredibly light in your hands, despite this immense, like, 8-foot long sword. As you sort of grab it and pull it out of the body of the orc,
Yeah.
you just kind of hold it aloft, and you see it kind of glows with this soft teal, like a color that's not necessarily found anywhere in nature really outside of magic. And as you kind of like swirl it back and forth between your hands, kind of studying the blade, you start to feel this weird kind of movement on one of your arms, like there's an insect that's landed on your hand.
Oh.
And when you look down, you see that there's a twig sort of resting on your hand, and you see it sprouted out of the hilt of the blade.
Ooh.
And you see that as you kind of hold it, the twig is as if growing, and is kind of like moving along the flat of your hand towards your wrist.
I'll let it continue.
As you sort of
Examining-
inspect, as you sort of look down, kind of squinting at the twig, you see it starts growing a little bit faster as you look at it, and then you see a second one appear, kind of start going down your left hand, and then you see the twig kind of starts to grow a little bit, and in an instant, instead of these two twigs, it becomes this multitude of these wooden roots sprouting out of the hilt of the sword, covering your hands. And you see this gnarled wood starts twisting up alongside your forearms as you kind of hold the blade, and you instinctively try to drop it, but your fingers are frozen in place because of the logs. And you see the wood gets all the way up your arms, sort of like going into your shell and spanning over your chest, as if trying to turn you into a tree.
Oh no. Could I try turn into a animal to see if that would help free me in midst transformation type thing?
You attempt to turn into a bear, and you can sort of feel your scaly hands start to become these bear-like claws, and as they do, you see the wood only swell to grow with the transformation. And as you feel the magic of your wild shape sort of creep up your arms as you start transforming, you feel it start to rescind back down, and the wood kind of clamps over the transformation and rescinds it. And you're back in your turtle form as this wood continues to surround your form.
Fuck it, just embrace it.
You
As
hold
Ainley says, plants are important.
You hold the sword close to yourself, and as it happens, the wood kind of continues to grow beneath your shell and starts sprouting out from it, and starts encompassing your neck, and you can't breathe anymore. And as you sort of look around frantically as the wood kind of just entirely encompasses your form, all of a sudden on your neck, you feel it stop moving, and the next second it's gone. And you kind of blink, and you look down and you see none of it is there anymore. And you're just holding the sword in your hands.
I'm gonna see if I can try get it to do the twig thing again without doing the whole shindig and maybe examine myself to see if there's anything different.
Sort of doing a self-examination, you don't see anything physically different that you really notice. And as you kind of like jiggle the sword in your hands, trying to get it to do it again, you don't really elicit any kind of response. And as you kind of look it over, you see it's got this incredibly like light balance to it. And there's still that familiar feeling in sort of the grip of the sword, as if it was like designed for your fingers, and it feels so natural to hold it as you kind of flex your fingers in between it.
What an interesting blade. While still holding it, can I quickly druidcraft up a... Oh wait, no, that druidcraft wouldn't work for that. Mold Earth would. Don't have that. Never mind. Wait, could I try cast Mold Earth to make the warrior a grave under him? So like, he gets buried.
Yeah, go ahead and make a wisdom check.
Sweet. 7. Shit.
It takes you a while to sort of get down and concentrate and sort of like start moving the earth in between your fingers and starting to get it to like sort of move to your design as it kind of starts covering this guy. And you see as the dirt kind of moves over him, you're kind of pulling it closer with your arms. And I want you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Motherfucker! Stop trying to consume me! Son of a... No! I beg of thee!
You see all of a sudden the sword kind of drops out of your hand, and the blade sinks into the dirt. And you see the roots again sprout out of the blade of the sword and spread over the grave you've made, and they sort of start stretching towards you incredibly fast, like torpedoes through the dirt, just coming right at you.
I'll just embrace it at this point. It does weird things.
As these come hurtling at you, you see they stab through your skin. Not breaking the shell, but just impacting and bursting right through your scales. And you're gonna take 15 points of psychic damage.
Oof.
Maybe I should have done something about this.
And as you sort of go down on one knee, just bleeding profusely as these roots stick out of your body, again, you sort of just blink instinctively, and when you open your eyes again, the sword is just stabbed into the dirt and there's nothing. And you look down at your skin and there's no blood from any punctures anywhere. You're completely fine. But you feel like this drain, and you still feel like just ambiently the pain that you just experienced.
I'll pick up the blade carefully and pull it out of the ground. And try.
There's like a weird resistance to it at first, but as you sort of wrap both hands and pull, there's all of a sudden a giving moment where very instinctively just pulls out perfectly, kind of going perfectly with your motion as you just like two arm pull it out, and as you kind of twist it around, the blade kind of feels very warm in your fingers. Not like it's getting hot, but just like if someone had just been holding it in their hand before you. There's sort of like this little like leftover glow that you can just kind of feel in your hand.
This blade confuses me.
Doesn't want a grave, it wants to kill.
I wasn't giving the sword a grave, Sam. I was giving the warrior a grave. Its previous owner.
Yeah.
It will
So what is
kill.
the previous owner?
It was not happy about that. I'll try be kind to the sword. And try and make my way back to home camp where Ainsley is.
Do you just hold it in your hand?
Yes.
So just kind of like holding it in front of you, in both hands, kind of looking in your reflection as it kind of basks in the moonlight. You get sort of this very strange curiosity as you stare at this blade, and you just walk off back towards camp.
Yeah.
And everything goes black.
And you're dead.
We get some Fs in chat for that, warrior.
How many likes can our troops get?
Yeah, how many likes can our boys get?
And then, Yertle, as you're walking back, all of a sudden you feel this sharp pain in your right side, like somebody kicks you.
Fuck.
And all of a sudden your eyes flicker open, and you see above you, with his foot in your right side, is Elliot.
Aw, yeah.
Wake up,
The
cool
boy
baby.
himself.
Boy.
What?
For Seth and Ben, scroll all the way down to the bottom right.
Yeah.
Bottom.
I could only see
There we are.
my little worm.
So Yertle, you kind of pop out of your shell as you see Elliot is kind of standing above you, and he's kind of gotten on 2 knees now, and he's like shaking your tummy, like trying to get you to wake up, even though you're clearly looking him in the eye.
Yo. Get out of his shell and stand up. What?
And then without really saying much, Elliot just walks over to the bedside, and Dante,
Mm-hmm.
you feel a foot like inserted right in between your 2 butt cheeks in like a swift kick.
Oh.
like a horizontal like tornado kick. Coming from the side of the bed, as there's just all of a sudden this impact that kind of slams into you.
Fucking
What
karate
accuracy.
monster Elliot.
All right, not knowing that it's Elliot, I pull out my gun and I start looking around like, who did it? Who did it? And I wave it around. No trigger discipline.
I'll be back real quick.
Bring him down.
Elliot, why are you waking us up?
Go ahead and make a crap. What was it? Make a proficiency dexterity check.
Oh.
What?
Wait, who?
You.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Ah.
Wait.
Elliot goes to quick draw you. But you're easily the faster gun as you just, with this Colt revolver, just pulling it from under the pillow. And then he kind of raises both hands, not in like a surrender, but in like an easy motion. And he says, "Good morning."
Oh, hey, what's up? Then I put it back.
He pulls out his vest and he sticks the gun back in there too. And he says, "Listen, I don't know what your plans were, but I'm not sticking around in this house all night."
Thank
Is it-
goodness
is
someone
it still
has
night?
the same plan.
Dante, you kind of shoot a look out the window, and you don't know how long your dream really like took up time-wise. But you see it's still black outside.
Is there a clock around?
No.
Nice.
We got your phone, bro.
Oh, you do have your phone though.
I checked my phone.
Shit, I wasn't meant to. I was trying to
You
just
drew
look
across
at.
yourself up a watch.
Dante, you whip out your phone, and you see the time says 1:30 in the morning.
What?
Well, that can't be. We went to bed at like 3.
And you see the day it says is still technically today, even though it's now the due date because it's past midnight, it's still the day you got here.
Groundhog Day, boys. Groundhog Day.
Oh, son of a
Get the
bitch.
fuck out of here.
And you stare at the clock for a minute, and you wait like a full 60 seconds, and it does not become 1:31.
Ah, frozen.
Or time loop stuff. Yeah.
That's a good point. What month is it right now? Like, what month was...
Oh,
this should
who
happen?
cares anymore? Time is fucked.
Mid fall.
Oh.
I think there was a specific month that the warehouse incident happened, but I'm not gonna try to bullshit it and then accidentally be wrong.
No, so it was definitely before winter, so it's...
We got a wiki writing on this.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got a wiki.
It'll all be up in the
Right.
wiki eventually.
We'll have to make a wiki page that documents all 40 timelines.
We just have official descriptions of what happened in each one.
But Elliot says the guy drove here on a motorcycle, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't see a motorcycle in like the Grand Hall or whatever. I
They said
imagine
they
they've
had
got
a
a garage.
Yeah.
He points to you and he nods and he says, "I say we look for a car, and possibly also the motorcycle, and we just get the hell out of here."
That sounds perfect.
Sounds good to me.
Originally, I thought I was the only one when I originally asked to stay in the garden shed instead of here, so it'd be easier for me.
We're in agreement then?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And he kind of moves up to you, Yertle, and kind of gestures to step aside.
Yeah. Yeah, goddammit, I need to somehow move Yodel without moving fucking Elliot with the door.
Also, has it been 8
Opens.
hours? Because we still have like the increase of 5 HP to our.
Yeah, 8 is still in
Yeah.
effect.
Oh,
Okay.
It, however, has been a short rest. So anyone who gets short rest stuff, like Dante, I think you get your spells back as Warlock.
Yeah.
I get my wild shape from short rest, so that's a win.
I get jack shit.
You're a wizard.
Oh, wait,
you get
I'm
to get some
recovery.
stuff back.
Yeah, I can finish a short rest, and I can choose to expend spell slots to wait. You can choose expended spell slots to recover. The spell slots have to be equal to, have to be a combined level that is equal to or less than half your wisdom level. No.
I haven't done anything that requires me to refill anything.
Same.
Is my 8 is still...
I've existed.
What loser does stuff?
I know, right? Sheesh.
I mean, technically, if we're following what the DM said you were doing, you were working on Tearful as like a crafting station.
Well, Tearfully just has a workbench function that just sprouts out of his back.
Workbench mode.
Well, what? I mean, come on, Percy likes to work anywhere. I'm not surprised.
Whatever you're working on, though, is entirely up to you.
I can actually recover all my spells with Arcane Recovery. Hell yeah. Because I'm a level 3 wizard.
Awesome.
Dante,
Yeah.
and Yurko, I guess also. You both see Elliot pull out a set of lockpicks.
Of course,
yeah.
he has lockpicks.
You see he has lockpicks, but he doesn't look like he super knows what he's doing with them.
Huh.
And you see he tries clicking away at the door, and you see that the lockpick snaps in his hand.
Oof.
And he kind of looks at confusion at the door, and kind of stands up and says, "Damn."
Need to watch more YouTube videos on lockpicking.
He says, "They got a industrial lock on here," and he kind of like jiggles the knob, and the door remains locked.
Let's just use the spell knock.
We don't got that. Also, that's really fucking loud.
I know.
Yeah.
But we do got that, remember? Arcane check?
Elliot looks over to you, Dante, kind of like
Yeah.
looking for ideas.
I pull out my gun again.
Yoda pulls out his long sword.
Could always
Elliot
shoot the
Elliot
lock
kind
off,
of like
but that's
looks
loud.
looks between both of those and says, "I was imagining a quieter option."
Put a pillow up
All
against
right, I look disappointed, but I put it back.
it. Pillow against the wall.
Oh yeah, just use a pillow.
Just
I mean, it
It always
quiets it
works.
a lot more than it doesn't.
Yeah.
And people do it
You
in
could always try and
spy
lift
movies,
the door
so
off its hinges.
Yeah.
dehinge the door. Yeah, the hinges on the inside can you just unscrew them.
No, the hinges are not on the inside. Weirdly enough.
Most doors' hinges are in the door frame anyway, so.
Oof.
Dante, you remember that this door has hinges on the outside.
Oh. Are there windows?
Oh yes, there is a window right there.
All right. Fuck it. It's only the second floor.
Do it live.
I pop that
Uh,
bitch open.
You see that the window is locked.
In or out? It'd be weird if it was out, right?
Yeah, it would be.
You see that there's no way like a latch or like the two little like pole thingies. This has a keyhole lock.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh man.
That's a fire hazard. Anyone got a crowbar?
chat.
Jeff,
Elliot
Jeff
kind of looks
probably
between the two of
definitely
you.
Isn't in the room.
I know.
No, but there's a chance I could try just break it open. Again,
Just
trying to stab it
Druidcraft
with my
open.
sword.
Druidcraft it open. Make a lot of things inside the lock and just burst.
Oh yeah, try that.
Make
could-
sure it-
Yeah. I could grow seeds in it to try and get the roots to fucking pop it.
Yeah, give it a shot, I guess. All I've got is minor loot. I could Eldritch Blast the lock, I guess. That'd be quieter, I suppose. How loud is
make a-
Eldritch Blast?
I'm gonna look at the spell. I don't think it says it has
It
sound.
doesn't say anything about
It has a
that.
schematic component, but like,
Yeah.
But I assume, like
think it'd
most
be as
spells,
loud
there's
as
just like a
fireball.
whoosh or a little fizz or something.
Yeah.
I doubt it's like kaboom.
So, Dante,
mhm,
we're gonna decide that this is entirely up to you.
mhm.
You can either say that your Eldritch Blast is very loud, moderately loud, or very quiet.
Custom.
Whatever
blocks.
you choose, however, will always be the case. So, like, if you want it to be silent, like if you were trying to use it to get somebody's attention, it'll just be like, it won't make any noise.
I feel like that's what the gun is for, though.
Yeah, that's where the gun comes
That's
in.
what the gun is meant to be like. Hey, fuck you, I'm in charge.
All right. So, do you have a silent Eldritch Blast?
I think so. I think
All
that
right,
makes
go-
it more eerie too if
Yeah.
it's silent.
Yeah.
Like dead silent? Or is there like any sound of movement with the laser or whatever it is?
Go make an Eldritch Blast attack.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think I've got that set up. Boom
Boom.
and boom.
Oh,
You have your
that's-
invocation
that's
set
easy.
up, right? Oh yeah, there's the
Easy
plus 4.
game. This game is for children.
D&D
It's
is
sort of
for
like this
babies.
Mission Impossible style. You sort of like Eldritch Blast laser circle through the window.
Bum, 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 bum.
And with that, you can get at what you see are like the hinges of the window that are on the outside.
Oh.
And you can use that to then, like, with your arm, sort of like with your upper arm and your elbow, you can push the window open and then slink your arm back through.
Okay.
And Elliot kind of like smirks and claps as he sees you do this. Dante, make an intelligence check.
Intelligence check.
Dante loses his arm. As he
I
pushes-
die.
Yurtle, I'll say you can make one as well.
Please.
There was an
Elliot
alarm.
doesn't- Elliot doesn't
on-
give a shit.
Not 20! Fuck yeah!
So, Yurtle, you're not entirely sure of the intricacies of like household layout and like function, You were raised in literally a straw hut.
Yeah.
But with your time at Sphinthurst and the other buildings you've seen, there aren't like bars on the door or bars on the window, but there are weird things about the things in this room as if they're designed to keep people in them instead of out of them.
Don't like that.
But yeah, Dante, you see that easily the three of you could climb out of this window. Getting the door through is, while not impossible because the door still matches the width of the window, getting it through all the way might be a challenge, unless you're just gonna fucking like yeet it.
We're just gonna
Yeah,
throw
no,
it.
I'll just
It's only
eat it.
second floor.
Yeah, it's only second floor. And if someone somehow steals the door, we'll track them down and kill them.
Yeah.
I'll have fertilizer and we'll have the door back.
The door will turn into Mario and crush them.
The door will become a piece of driftwood. And
Just we'll just
Fly away.
put it in diagonally.
Diagonally?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Oh,
put it
no,
through
not this
diagonally, and boom.
And it should fit.
Yeah. Just like push it all the way through and let it fall to the ground. Go back to it. I have mending, so I'll fix any damage it gets.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we got mending, we can just slide the circular piece of glass back into the window and then just.
Also,
Yeah.
also, can I
Nothing
say,
wrong?
We were never here, gentlemen.
No, I mean it's on
We're
the second
never
floor.
here.
How are you gonna like get out and then like?
We're badasses. We don't need.
Elliot is going to cast Featherfall
Ooh.
on you three and the door.
Oh yeah.
Let's surf it down.
And do you take up any order to jump out the window?
Door first.
Yeah, door
Right.
first.
You all just
Yodel-
shove the door straight out.
Yeah. Yodel will be last so he can quickly fix the mirror type. Not mirror, the window, so it looks like we were never there. Type thing.
Never there.
We're on the first floor, aren't we? All the rest of us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The rest of you are all on the first floor. Actually, Juliet and Miriam are right below where they are right now.
Oh shit!
You just see through your window and slowly falling.
So Dante, do you go first?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so you just get up on the windowsill and you just yeet on out.
Yeet.
Elliot goes up beside you, jumps up after you, and Yurtle. You sort of peer out and you see very slowly falling, and Elliot kind of like pointlessly rappelling down the side of the house's wall. Both down just Yurtle, as you look out, kind of, and Dante can see this as well. There's sort of this like brambly dark forest surrounding the entirety of the house, and you can see more south down the rest of the town below. And you see this mist and fog from the still present rain is just kind of like pressing up against the house and is like curling up its walls like it's trying to climb it.
Ooh.
That's
And the
metal.
mist sort of like curls in on itself and moves as these two kind of descend down slowly towards it.
Yodel, get onto the windowsill, try close the window, and try mend it to the best of his ability before, like, jumping backwards off it like a
Free
trust
fall?
fall.
Well, you can mend it right now from the inside.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll mend it from the inside.
Do you have the mending spell?
Yes.
All right, yeah, just instant. You basically press the circle of glass that was cut out back onto the window, and then just immediately reseals itself. It looks completely seamless.
Perfect.
If you want to try to close it from the outside, I'm going to acrobatics check.
Deal. 7.
Nice.
You sort of start pulling down on it, and immediately you lose your balance and just go sailing off the side of the wall to then assume this very slow fall effect.
Oh man.
And Julian's fast asleep with Mary.
He's definitely not asleep.
Okay.
He's just, like, peering out the window like, what the fuck?
Like a boy can sleep
I
on
mean,
this amount of stress.
the door's still unlocked, so.
Yeah, I can just
Yeah,
look out my
like-
door. I know, like,
Look
can I
who's
see
this-
them, like, doing their shit? Like, if I was looking out the window, could I see them? Where are the windows in this room?
So let's cut back to that.
Alright.
So Julian,
Yeah.
last session ended with you and Miriam sort of climbing into this bed and sort of having a bit of a lie down, having a rest. The warmth of the fire kind of cuts back against the constant cold that the rest of this place has been so far.
Huh.
Oh, why did Rhythm leave so soon?
He was ready to go.
Would you like to make an active attempt to not fall asleep?
Not really, but I feel like even if he did, he would wake up, like, very soon after.
So as you sort of drift to sleep, your eyes close.
Oh.
And kind of like
I'm an idiot.
as you're drifting, you can hear kind of Miriam's very light snoring, just kind of this soft inhale and exhale beside you, and it kind of soothes you and relaxes you to sleep. And as you close your eyes,
Ba, 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 ba. And you get a dream.
A brief moment of respite.
I need to play more Dark.
I never played that game with the intention of beating it. I'm just like, I'm gonna play this for like a month, and then I'm gonna stop.
I want to play it and then, like,
Yeah.
name all the characters after you guys, so I feel extra bad when I get you killed.
Check.
I mean, I was trying to make an Alasia Highwayman skin once.
Oh. Skins are hard to make in that game.
I know, it's such a nightmare.
Because the art style is like the
Yeah.
main appeal for me. So Julian, when you open your eyes, you see you're standing in the courtyard of Sphinthris.
Thank God. Was just a dream. Ah, this
Okay.
monkey courtyard.
And you see,
Beautiful.
unlike the actual courtyard of Sphinthris,
Wait, hang on.
you
There's
see the
black
entire
bars
place
on the right.
is blooming with these flowers that sort of sprout out of each one of the hedges and trees sort of all around the courtyard, and it sort of has this more dense sort of naturey aspect to it as you're sort of sitting right next to the fountain. And you see above and right in front of you is the sort of withered old tree with the clock face embedded in its trunk. As you look down, you have your hands, both of them. And you see you're currently sitting down, like on your butt, kind of like waist deep in the flower petals all around you. And sort of with a cursory glance around, like as you're kind of looking at the courtyard around you, sort of with your peripherals, you see your hair is still this luxurious rosy blonde.
Run my hands through it.
There's sort of like this little like
Hell
it's
yeah.
like this slow motion like run through your hair.
And then it all starts, and then Julian starts balding.
He's just a boy.
Mostly
He looks up
you
and
started
Miriam's in the room.
you started braiding it to keep it out of your face during fights. To sort of better cast spells and to kind of move nimbly, but sort of here you're just kind of like loosely playing with it, and you see your harp is right next to you.
Oh, my boy.
Beautiful.
Sling it up and very carefully run my fingers over the strings. And I almost like I can't really believe where I am right now.
Make a quick little performance check.
Oh yeah.
Rolls a 1.
Sure.
Everything falls apart.
Performance. Oh.
Natural.
Oh, nice. Too short of a natch.
Yeah.
As you sort of let your fingers sort of glide through the strings, sort of giving them these soft little plucks, you see all around you are these flower petals, these pink ones that go kind of fluttering around you in sort of this very nature-filled, idyllic place. And they sort of drift up into the sky, sort of swirling around you like this tornado of leaves. A very small amount and very gently, sort of in like this soft summer wind. And as they kind of coalesce, you see them all kind of drift towards the fountain. And you see coalescing in front of you is the form of the Blossom Lady, who kind of hovers gently over the edge of the fountain, and kind of looks at you with sort of these soft, flowery eyes.
He lets out a pretty big sigh as he slowly stops playing. Oh, the tree's gone.
The tree recedes into the fountain.
Goodbye, tree.
It is gone.
And you see as she kind of looks down at you playing the harp as your fingers kind of stop pulling the strings, she gives you sort of this soft smile as she kind of steps off the fountain and down into the flowers. And you see she doesn't actually step on the ground with sort of like her incorporeal form, but as she kind of drifts down closer, you see the flowers all kind of move kind of away from her with like this ripple effect of like this like wind that kind of brustles them, and you see petals kind of go scattering and these rainbow miasma around you as she kind of steps closer. And you feel this very, very soft warmth as she kind of looks down at you and she kind of hunches to meet eye to eye with you. And she says, "Julian, oh child, where have you gotten off to?"
I'm so glad to see you. Oh my god.
She smiles at this.
Okay, first of all, we're in, like, Oregon or something. It's across the state. And now we're in some, like, Barovia place with the devil. It might be a while till we get back.
You see her kind of mischievous smile kind of turns a little bit more serious and dour as she looks at you in the eyes. And you see sort of this piercing pink light as she looks to you in the eye and says, "Julian, you're not in Oregon. Or anywhere else in the world."
Oh. Well...
So that was a fucking lie.
Where are we then?
She kind of takes your hand as you ask that. And she looks at you and she says, "You're in the land of darkness, where the shadows lie."
That doesn't sound good.
She shakes her head and she says, "It isn't." And still holding your hand, she kind of takes a step off to the left, kind of looking out up at the night sky. And she says, "He'll still come for you. For all of us. You need to find a way out as soon as possible." She says, "I don't know how I didn't see this. It's never happened before, but Julian, for all of your friends, and for every student at this school, and every person in this world, you all need to get out of there. Because he'll come for you."
He's kind of just staring straight forward with the classic Jim Halpert look on his face. the pursed lips just like, well, shit. I mean,
And you
I'll
see taking
do my best.
holding your left hand, she kind of squeezes it, and you see kind of this sad smile come across her face. And she kind of runs one of her other hand through your hair, and she says, "I'm so sorry for what's happened."
Hmm.
She says,
It's just a thing that happens, you know? Can't do much about it.
"Whatever happens, remember how strong you are. Even when you don't know it." She chuckles. And you see she smiles, and then all of a sudden, there's this piercing look that crosses her face. And she starts looking around, like frantically, still holding your hand. And she says, "No, that... Julian." And you see she sort of starts looking around, and she lets go of your hand. And you see all of the plants around you sort of start to like go completely still when they were previously kind of rustling in the wind.
Oh no.
And you see it looks like the color in them kind of starts to fade a little. And she doesn't like widen her stance or anything, but she seems to assume like a battle ready pose, looking around. And she says, "Julian, there's something here. I can't..." And then you see falling from the sky a couple of little snowflakes that sort of start clinging to the ground around you. And then all of a sudden there's a howling wind that kind of starts to sweep all the flowers up, and you see it begins to rip them out of the dirt as the snow kind of continues to swirl around you. And Julian, you look down and you see where she was previously holding your hand, you have no hand there. And as the wind kind of whips your hair into your face, you see it turns white again. And all around you see the snow pick up. And you see through the snow across the courtyard is these two piercing bright blue eyes and this cloud of moths.
Oh, Mothman found his way in.
But how to get here? Wait, is it meant to be able to get in here, right?
Julian, my boy, I think you're about to be done. I think you're dead.
And
This
you
is
see
how
a
I
flash
so I
of
do.
steel as there's suddenly this like sever in the tree, and the courtyard tree kind of spins over and falls. And you see standing directly behind it with these two icy blades is this hulking brown figure with these two ice blue eyes, surrounded by moths, that sort of walks in steps into the fountain.
Oh no.
And you see as he does, the water turns to ice around him.
Me too, man.
Boy.
And you see he steps up to you as the Blossom Lady kind of steps in front of you protectively. And you see he draws forth these two ice blue swords.
Shit.
And you see he locks eyes with you, and then he sprints forward, flashing these swords,
Oh.
and everything goes black.
Oh fuck.
Oh no.
Heart. My little boy heart can't take it. Just a little guy.
He's just a boy.
Oh man.
He's doing his fucking best.
No.